Green.
You have said in the past that you thought Edmonton, and specifically Mayor Stephen Mandel, shouldn't be complaining about the amount of funding the province gave Edmonton with the municipal funding grants. Mayor Mandel said tonight that's about $400 million in his estimate that Edmonton was shortchanged. How is that a good political strategy for you to defend the province instead of Edmonton's position?
Well, the fact is that the new money that Ed Smelmack promised was not something that was on the books a year ago. It was a campaign promise that he made while he was seeking leadership. So this is what his actual promise was: to rebate back to the cities an amount equivalent to the education portion of your property tax bills. Now, if he kept that promise, we would have been worse off in the city of Edmonton. Instead, he changed the formula, so instead of it being 100% based on education levy, it was 48% levy, 48% based on the number of individuals that live here, and 4% based on the number of kilometers of road. That's a formula that he's used throughout the province and affected every municipality and jurisdiction differently. But it is new money, and Mayor Mandel and the city of Edmonton chose to take that money, and rather than offering the citizens of Edmonton a tax break or a tax hold, they used all of it and complained that we're not getting enough. So I think that we did well, maybe not as well, but there's likely still an opportunity to adjust that. The question that I have in mind specifically is, were the provincial government buildings that are significant in this city, more significant than any other city because of the University of Alberta, NAIT, the legislature building, Neil Crawford building, those buildings that do not generate property taxes but grants in lieu of, were they part of the equation? And I would like to know from the provincial government, were they part of the equation? So
are you suggesting, sir, that you would have taken the money from the province to buy down property taxes in Edmonton?
Well, it's money that could have been used to...
Infrastructure grants.
Yes.
These are infrastructure grants.
Yeah, well, it could have been used for the infrastructure expenses that we had already budgeted, and then that money would have been freed up for other things. Not necessarily a tax cut, but maybe a tax hold, or keeping it to the rate of inflation at least.
Tim Dancy.
In what other ways would you lead differently than Stephen Mandel has the last 3 years?
Well, my priority is core values, core services, whether that's garbage removal, police service, snow removal, potholes, and not $80 million art galleries or the River Valley. So that money, I mean, those are my core values, and I think it's the core values of most taxpayers.
All right, a quick question, Eileen.
You also oppose the idea of having an arena for the Oilers or any kind of extra large arena downtown. Why is that? Well,
I mean, I just read in the paper yesterday Edmonton played in Detroit, and then Detroit used to be the largest arena in the National Hockey League, with over 20,000 seats, and they've been playing to full crowds for years. Yesterday the Oilers were there and they had over 8,000 empty seats. We're in a cycle right now where the Edmonton Oilers are doing very well financially, and the city is doing very well financially, so we've got a shortage of seats. But it is a cycle, and there will come a time again when the city or the Oilers are imploring us to buy tickets, just as our business has for over a decade, and those seats are going to be available.
And that's our time. Candidate Don Koziak, please take 1 minute and sum up.
I've been visiting a number. I've been trying to visit every one of the ward forums for councillors over the last 2 weeks. I'm going to another one after today, and I'm listening to the citizens of Edmonton to see what their concerns are. I would like you to take your opportunity to vote on October 15th. Your voice matters, and voting is the best way to be heard. You can visit my website at donkoziak.ca. I'm Don Koziak, and I want to be your mayor.
Thank you very much. Candidate Don Koziak. This is Vote 2007 on Shaw TV and 630 CHED. We'll be back with more candidates for mayor right after this.